Since 1990, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been producing a report every year to document the number of hate and extremist groups in the country. These groups include everything from white supremacist groups to anti Semitic groups, anti LGBT groups, and more recently, a growing number of anti government militias. The 2020 report is interesting because it notes that there is an actual decrease in the number of groups that we're tracking, which you can point to COVID as part of the reason for that, as well as the increasingly online presence of groups rather than in person. But what's most important is that the threat from extremist groups has gone up. And so, actually, what it's telling us is that this measure that we've now used for a few decades may not be the most useful barometer, particularly at this moment, because it doesn't actually capture the level of threat or particularly the threat of violence that we've seen over the last several months. These kinds of threats have existed for a really long time. And so, what's important is that we start to reckon with all of the reasons why those groups have persisted for so long and been able to get so much influence in the last administration and the last White House that they actually feel emboldened to take these kinds of steps that we saw on January 6th. We were really stunned. We did a poll last August that showed that 29% of Americans know someone who believes that the white race is a superior one. That was in August of 2020, after the Black Lives Matter protests, after a broad discussion across the country. So, what it tells us is that we have a lot of that preventative work to do.